Hello, welcome everybody. It is Friday night, time for my favorite time of the week, Moms Who Resell. This is a weekly show where we meet with other fellow reselling moms to talk about all things resell. Today, I actually have a very special guest. I've had her on the show before, but today is going to be a first. It's also, instead of just moms who resell, it's moms and dads who resell. So today is going to be mute my phone. Okay. Today is going to be the first time that I have had a couple on the show. I say first time, but it's definitely not going to be the last time because these two are some of my closest reselling friends. I love following them, chatting with them, getting to know them, and just meeting them. They're just amazing people. So if you guys don't know who they are, it is Dustin and Michelle, McFlip and Ship, and Thrifty Hippo. I'm going to butcher that. I should have practiced. Sorry. All right. We'll get the names correct when they come on. So give a warm welcome for Dustin and Michelle, and I will welcome them to the show. Yay!
Yay!
Is
Hi.
it Thrifty Hippo? Thrifty-potamus? What is your name, Michelle? Thriftopotamus. Okay. Thank you. And of course, McFlip and Ship. That's a catchy one. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you so much for having us. Oh my goodness, we are so excited. It's been a while since we've been on the other side of the chair, so to speak, right, babe?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You guys have been putting out so much content. I get to watch you guys almost 7 days a week with new stuff. So it's been so fun. And Michelle, I had you on the show. You were one of my first 3 guests on the show, and I was having technical difficulties, so the show ended up not going as planned. So I knew I had to have you on again.
Oh, well, I'm so happy to be here. So yeah, we'll give it another whirl. And so anyways, you've been doing really well too, is talking about us. Congratulations on your fantastic channel and all the work you do. And yes, you deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's the thing that bugs me with YouTube is I don't deserve it any more than you guys. You put out so much amazing content that I don't know why your stuff hasn't blown up because it deserves to. And I'm trying to share it and tell everybody to go follow it because you put out such good content.
Oh, thank you so much.
And it's a shame that not more people see it.
Thank you. I feel emotional about that. Thank you for that heartfelt compliment. And
yes. And you put so much effort into it. It's not just throwing out videos. Like you guys put some serious editing and a lot of work into it. So definitely hats off to that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We used our tagline, hats off.
I've heard it a time or two.
I'm turning red.
Right,
thank you.
Thanks so much. We're really looking forward to all that as well. And we love what we do. So we're just going to keep on doing it.
Yep.
That's amazing. You guys are awesome. We've got Coppercat here. Welcome. Nancy, welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes. So while everyone is joining, why don't you kind of tell us a quick intro for those who don't know you, who you are, how you got started in reselling, and just kind of a brief introduction.
Wow, why don't you start?
Why don't I start? Oh boy. Okay. Hi, I am Michelle Ray Smith, and I have been garage selling since I was a young girl in Michigan with my mother. My entire life, I have always gone out on the weekends and, either had a coffee or whatever and just perused sales. I have had a 30-year career in TV and film before this, along with my selling. I was on Guiding Light for 3 years full time from 2005 to 2008. And that was just such a gift to have that opportunity. I was diagnosed with cancer about 5 years after that. And that's when my life really changed. And I had to step away from TV and film and modeling and all that. And I just went back to reselling and shopping and flipping and all that kind of stuff and dabbled in it. And it's been 3 years now full time that I've been doing it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of my reselling story, right? I guess. And then there's us, but we'll get there in a minute.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah.
We'll get into that. How you two became one. We'll get into that. Right. So, Dustin, why don't you tell us
brag,
how you got started?
Brag. Oh, geez. I don't know about that. But my dad, my uncle, they've always been into collecting just odds and ends, just really cool stuff, rusty stuff, fun stuff. So I've always sort of been around that, the collecting type of thing. And I've always had collections of my own. But 10 years ago, almost, it will be in August. That will be my first sale on eBay. So I've been, been reselling, I guess, for about 10 years.
A decade. Holy cow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, getting a little bit of experience there on, what to sell and, how to sell it and, all everything that goes in with it, doing that for a while. So it's just something that I've always loved and had an eye for, I guess. So it just made sense. And I guess, with my love for editing and stuff, I had to make a channel about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe, welcome.
What's up, Joe?
Nancy. Oh, we got two Nancys here. What part of the country are you guys in now? You're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah, we're in New York, New Jersey,
that's right.
Surrounding area. It's like connected, but we try to stay on the New Jersey side a little more.
That's a nicer side. That's awesome. And how did you guys become one? How did you guys meet? And tell us your love story.
Well, you tell us one best, honey.
I do. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I woke up one day, like many of us here, as we share this fantastic show, woke up and decided I needed to do a YouTube channel. Why wasn't I on YouTube? Why was I hiding on Facebook? Like, I needed to do this. I was hiding on Facebook for all those years. Can you imagine? So many years in front of the camera. And I literally, God's honest truth is I was scared to come here.
That's crazy.
I was scared, you guys. I was scared the entire time on lockdown. I could have been doing this. I was on Facebook in my Facebook group, and I'm like, what was I doing? So I got the courage to do this channel, and I wanted to interview someone who was going to be in the business longer and all that stuff. So I ran across a short or something that Dustin had put out where he's in the snow and he has this like snow everywhere. And he's got his like hat and he's got these big goggles and he's like, greetings from Minnesota. And I started dying laughing. And I'm from Michigan. And I just knew, I knew that there was something about him. And I think maybe I got that from being in the business I was for such a long time that there was like no, I'm serious. I told him this before we even started dating. I was like, there's something about you that's really special. And I can tell you this from my background. It's not anything. It wasn't sexual. It wasn't anything. It was literally like, I just wanted to work with him. So it was really cool. Yeah. So we chatted. I'd never reached out to any man or anything. I'm very shy that way. So we started corresponding and planning a show because Dustin's very detail oriented and so am I, but I'm an actress. So I'm very spontaneous and like, I love improv. Yes. So he got everything straight. We had a great time talking and we did the first show. And then after the first show, I was missing talking to him because he's from the Midwest and so was I. And he was like really sweet and polite and a lot of just different. It's different where you grow up in this country. It's different from the South, from the East, So we talked and we did video chats. And then all of a sudden Dustin was like, why don't we meet in Chicago? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I met this person on the internet and like I don't even know any of his friends. And I'm like, oh my God, but we just knew that it was the right thing to do. Everybody thought it was crazy. My therapist, it's so funny. My therapist did a background check on him. She's like, you're what? You're going to Chicago? You just met him? What's his name? She like runs. She's like, okay, he's fine. He's fine. I'm like, oh my God.
Buddy. At least with YouTube, you're not going to show up and he's like going to be a troll or something. Like you knew what he looked like.
Yeah. With social media, I think we had a better like sort of understanding of, that we are who we say we are.
And we video conference a lot, like every day.
Yeah. So, so we met in Chicago and had a really great time, really great weekend, and continued to travel back and forth, seeing each other for the next like 4 or 5 months. Yeah. And after that, we just had to stop traveling and just be together.
Yeah, we just made the decision because well, I don't know, you're at different points in your life, at different ages in your life,
Right.
and I'm going to be 50 soon, and I don't necessarily want, the same things I wanted when I was 25. I
Right.
want someone I have something in common with, and we laugh and we like to do all the same, it's not companionship. It is, but it's so much more. It's like different.
Right.
So I just knew right away that where we were going in our lives was the same direction and the same trajectory. And so I said, well, we don't have to stop talking, like now that we're done with the show. And he was like, yeah, and then it was game on.
Oh yeah, and then Chicago.
Were you intimidated that this like supermodel movie star is talking to you?
Well, I mean, at first I was just sort of like, like, oh my gosh, wow, this is really cool. But at the same time, I was intimidated, but at the same time, I wasn't, because at first, I didn't really have anything in mind either. It was like a professional, thing,
Right.
until we
Here for the
started.
show.
Yeah, so I started feeling that sort of like crushy feeling between us two, after we started, talking and stuff. So
yeah,
we began talking.
It was really nice. We had the best weekend in Chicago, and then after that, we started talking more seriously about moving, halfway across the country for someone.
Right. Well, and both of you had your kids too. You had kids to think about. So
yeah. There's
Michelle, you have your son, right? And then Dustin, your daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, I have my son. My son just started a new school down in Maryland. So this is the first year that I'm actually, and believe it or not, an empty nester, because he's my only child. So
wow,
I have, the house is just the dogs and the cats and myself. And so when we met, and he also had only one child, it was just heaven sent for us. Yeah. Right, babe? We just, it was easier.
My daughter, she is gonna be 18 in 6 months now.
I love her so
hard
much.
to believe. Wow. Yeah, she's just growing up, and I'm so proud of her. She's doing really well in school and going to work. Amazing. And busy with her boyfriend too. She's just so busy, and so proud of her and miss her so much. But we're gonna have her out here, like for spring break or something again.
So as far as seeing the kids, for me, I've been going down and seeing Jake in Maryland, which is about 4.5 hours from here. So I know it's far. That's far. So I've been trying to, juggle seeing him driving down, doing the shows, but it's always a challenge. I mean, we were just talking with his daughter just a day or two ago, saying, okay, let's get your spring break numbers let down so we know when we can get a ticket. It's just all about planning is really what it is.
But at least you're all adults doing this planning. It's not like you have toddlers that you had to rearrange or elementary kids that you'd have to rearrange. Like both of your kids are pretty much into adulthood now, that you can almost make all new adult decisions and just think of your own adult life and not have to worry about your kids. Like it's
not
start spreading their wings.
You're right. You're right. It's weird, right? Because we're thinking about adult things
I'm not
now.
there. I'm not there yet. I'll let you know how it is when I get there. But it sounds like very
I know my son's
you
a
don't
freshman.
have to worry about that.
Right. I mean,
we miss those years too, for certain reasons as well.
So I hear.
Yeah, I know. At least when we drive down south, we get to see Jake every once in a while. But yeah, I mean, it's just the part of being a parent is that we always feel like we are never doing enough, right? Like being part of being a parent is always feeling like you could do more. And that's just part of being a damn parent. It's like you don't feel that way.
So true. So true. And then
I should have, why didn't I kill?
Right. And then to fast forward your love story, what was it, about a month ago, we got to witness live your engagement. I was a blubbering mess. It was amazing. I'm trying to list and trying to get my stuff done. And then I'm like, oh, it was so beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. I know. Yeah. I know it was so beautiful. And it's funny because
you just had surgery too. So I'm sure you were not expecting it.
I had all this 2 surgeries. So I was trying to smile. And the thing is, and I'm crying. I actually haven't even watched it yet because I felt like I felt like my head was like a watermelon and I was crying.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I know. I was, wondering if we should do it maybe another show or something, but it was almost just sort of too perfect. I had sort of planned the giveaway around it because, to get more viewers in and,
Smart.
things like that. So it sort of had to go on.
I had no idea. And the thing is like when and it's interesting because people are like, oh my gosh, it happened on YouTube. Like, wow, that's like such a big thing, or that's like a very personal thing. But we were born in social media. Our
Right.
love was born from social media.
Yeah.
So
And we've watched you guys from the beginning. So it's no better place than to show it to the rest of the family. Us.
I know. And I had no idea. I mean, I knew that it was coming. I knew it was coming because we had a vacation planned. And I thought, oh, maybe on vacation. I don't know. So I genuinely did not know that the ring was there. I had no idea. Had not seen it. So yeah. So thanks, babe.
Of course.
Aww.
And
It
thank
was
you.
beautiful.
Mhm.
We've got Kelly here. Welcome.
Hi, Kelly.
All right, let's see. So, how has your reselling changed now since living together and doing this together?
I would say that it's changed in a way that we can get more done. I mean, like 4 eyes, 4 hands, 2 brains, all focused on the same thing. Really has helped.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that's come in really handy is the fact that we're learning from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that Dustin would go out and source has changed a little bit, as well as the things that I source now. I think what I've really learned from Dustin is that little things can have high price tags. It doesn't have to be, the Columbia 5-ply down jacket that you have to shove in like a refrigerator box, right?
Right.
Right. No, you can get that with a beautiful brooch. You know what I mean? If you learn about, those kinds of things. So I think my items have become smaller, and now I look for like man stuff. Can I say?
Oh yeah,
man
men's
stuff?
clothes. If I do clothes, because I hate doing clothes, if I
Uh-huh.
do it, it's always men's. Men are such easier shoppers. Always.
Yeah. Yes,
They
I would
ask
agree.
less questions. There's less returns. I think it's because their bodies are different. So, like,
Right.
sizing on a man is a lot easier. If you're a 38, you're a 38 everywhere. Where if a woman is a 12, it could be a 12 on this brand, a 14 over here, a 10 over there.
Yeah.
So, women's bodies just are awful. So, men are just much easier shoppers.
Jeans, men's jeans. That's one thing that we love to do, men's jeans, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
As far as clothing, it's really easy,
So,
to
do
get
you
those
still, Michelle, still pick the stuff that you initially loved? You're
No.
more fashion, right? Wasn't it more fashion your favorite?
Well, when I first started out, I didn't know what I was doing. And to be honest, I have like probably 400 things upstairs that just need to be sold in a garage sale or something. I just didn't know what I was
Right.
looking for. So as far as what I gravitate towards, I do recognize high-end designers, which comes in handy. I just got a beautiful Helmut Lang wool, like black V-neck cape coat, like gorgeous.
Wow.
And it's sitting in, our family thrift store. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, I can't believe it. But no one took it. No one took it.
I'd have no idea.
Yeah. So that comes in handy sometimes, but I'm,
you're bringing home all these high-end designers I've never heard of. So I'm learning a lot too, when it comes to clothing, and I'm even looking at clothing, I think, more than you are now.
I bring stuff home for him when I'm out thrifting.
Yeah, she'll bring home all the things that I would buy all the time, like baseball gloves and all these things now. So I'm like, woohoo! I scoop them up and list them right away.
There you go. Because now you're becoming one, so she knows what you like, and you know what she likes.
Definitely learning a lot.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about doing this together?
Mm.
Oh my gosh. My favorite thing is that we both everybody says this, but but we both truly enjoy doing this. We love it. We love to teach people. We love to help people learn new, ways to make a living or make money or save money. And,
Mhm.
our, as you can see that we've been posting so much stuff with very little reward, honestly. But we keep doing it because we just know that if you follow your heart and you work really hard, it's going to
It'll
find
pay
you.
off.
Oh yes.
Abundance will find you.
And thank you so much, Jennifer, for your super chat in our live there that one time. I mean, we're so thankful that we have friends like you that are literally supporting
Oh
our
my
channel.
gosh.
It's
Oh
wonderful.
my
Thank you
I'm
so
gosh.
much.
cheering. I'm cheering over here
And
because
we're cheering too.
Yes,
if
yes.
anyone deserves it, it's you guys. Because just
Oh,
how much effort, and like you said, the hours and everything that goes into those videos. I know because my husband does it, and it's a lot of work.
mhm.
It
A lot of
is. It's a lot of nights where I go to bed and he lays down for like an hour with me. I fall asleep in 10 minutes and then he goes and edits. I go to bed at 8 o'clock, seriously. So he stays up until and I'm serious, 1 or
yeah.
1:30, right?
Yeah,
And he'll
sometimes, yeah.
edit, while I'm asleep.
Yeah. Gotta
Wow,
get it done sometime.
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
But
to flip
again,
this
we like it.
question, what is your least favorite thing about doing this together? Do you ever get on each other's nerves?
Well, we work on separate, different floors. So
Oh,
yeah, like I'm upstairs for the most part, doing like listing and stuff like that, and you kind of have your work area downstairs.
Yeah. We have a very a foreclosure actually. How cool. It's in a whole nother show. Beautiful big colonial, bought as a
wow.
foreclosure. It looked like an old Adams family house with a big wraparound porch, but
Oh
it's
my
actually got
God.
the 4 levels, the full-size basement, the first floor, the second floor where Dustin is with some of the bedrooms, and then it has the attic, my crazy Michelle's purple, like I don't know what you would call it, psychedelic attic. So
Okay.
we can get away from each other. Like I can listen to my music and do my thing, and he can be upstairs listening to his music. And there's a glass door that shuts
Okay.
between this. Yeah. So we're very fortunate that we have space.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
Space when you want it.
yeah, and to not distract each other while we're getting work done and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I
um,
always come into the room when he's rendering or he's like on the very last thing. He's like, "You're timing." He's
I know it's like, give me one more minute before you come in, and I'll be done every single time. I
Oh,
swear.
funny.
So I got to work a little bit quicker.
We do distract each other though, and we have had to sit down and say, especially when we first moved in together, okay, here's our boundary here. Like we can sit and talk
Yep.
about the day for a half hour in the morning. We don't have to sit for an hour and a half because we love to talk and hang out. So yeah, setting those what would you say, those the schedule, sticking to
Oh
it.
yeah, sticking to the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So, speaking of schedule, how do you divide the responsibilities and tasks? So, you said you're working on different floors. So, if Dustin's editing on this floor, are you upstairs listing or downstairs listing, or how do you divide all the responsibilities?
Hmm.
Good question.
Yeah, I guess I mean, we both list. I mean, we both source, we both list, we try to do shipping together when there's a lot for a day or something, or
Mhm.
you're not working or at work or something. So
And I have some other things that I dabble in creatively as well. So we balance my other projects, our other projects, I should say, right? And it's just constantly, I don't know. I mean, I think our biggest problem is that we work too much.
yeah.
We work too much. We are workaholics. That is not an okay thing. Like no, I'm serious. We're having
The
a real
alternative,
I
conversation.
like
know, I know.
sit and watch Netflix all day, like I couldn't do that. So,
Yeah.
I'd rather use that spare time and learn or earn money.
Hmm.
So, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we rarely ever watch TV. Maybe if we're laying in bed, and that's for like 5 minutes.
Right.
You know, you're
9
falling
o'clock
asleep.
at night. You just want to wind down for 30 minutes. Then
We
a little
watch
TV time. But
Unsolved Mysteries, the original one.
Oh yeah, we've been
Ooh,
checking that out
before
lately.
bed, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm like, I only last 5 minutes, and then it's like, here's my iPad. Right? I've had gummy bears in my hair. I eat
Oh,
while I'm sleeping. I have chocolate in the sheets, don't I?
Sometimes.
oh, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Lori, welcome.
Hi, Lori.
I'm just visualizing you with your gummy bears all over your head.
Oh no, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, I love that like half hour before bed where I can eat my gummy bears in bed after I brush my teeth. Don't ask me why. And I eat my I'm just keeping it real. And then halfway between that and there's a banana that I usually eat too, like something sweet. I usually fall asleep before I've even eaten my fruit, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Exciting.
Oh, funny.
Mhm.
All
Who's
right,
the better
who is the
picker?
better picker?
Well, I'm gonna have to say you just because, right?
Just because you're trying to be nice to me.
Yeah.
I see through you. You are so transparent right now. Look, don't be fooled by the smile and the dimple.
Yeah, no, see, I think I'm very proud of Michelle and how far she's come along from, like graduating from clothing. She is like a super clothing picker. I mean, holy, like you're saying, like designer, the designers knowing a lot about that. My gosh, you were amazing at picking clothing, and you were learning super well with everything else. So I mean,
Thanks.
I'm very proud.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thanks. Well, you know what? I do love is I'm not really into the name brand stuff as much when it comes to selling. What I like to do when it comes to clothing is teach people what's happening for spring and summer, or what, for instance,
Like trending styles.
Styles, like florals are really in for the spring and the summer dresses, and it happens to be roses. And so it's fun to show like different examples of like, oh, check this out. And I do all different sizes. I usually size plus size is usually what I shop for. And I always tell everybody the average size of a woman is a 10. That's the average is a 10. So you can tiptoe around in your cute little, Lululemon's extra smalls, size 2. I can barely get over my kneecap. But, bigger, just not bigger, but the real size is what sells. And I love that. Love it, love it, love it. Just put up, for a side note, a beautiful torrid rose, green lace rose blouse today. That was just so pretty. Yeah. So yeah, I like it. But now that I know that I can source something besides clothes, like a water filter, and make just as much money as I would if I sold, that Michael Kors, sweater.
Yeah, that took like 20 minutes to like
change your mind
stage and take pictures of
measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of work when you're getting the measurements and taking so many more pictures, where something is like 2D, like a filter, it's 3 pictures and you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely taking that in consideration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, my sister's joining us. Welcome.
Hi,
hello.
sister.
And yes, they are adorable. My favorite reselling couple for sure.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Another juicy question. All right, we kind of went over this. How do you manage your time efficiently and effectively to balance reselling with being a new couple?
One of the things, I'm just going to divulge all of our secrets. we like to take a nap every day.
Naps are good.
We can. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times there's a lot of work to do, but for the most part, yeah.
The work can wait.
We always take, we 99.9% of the time take a nap. And that's because I wake up at 5:30.
But you're going to bed at 8. So.
Right.
Yeah. Then I'm up till 1 and then getting up at 5 or 6 or 7 this year after
From
work.
Like 1:30 to 3 o'clock, we usually go and lay down and just put some aromatherapy on and just chill out. And I put this heat thing on my back and I just chill for an hour and a half. And just revives me for the afternoon.
Yep.
And plus it's
100%.
time and it's time for us to, even though we're both taking a little nap, just to like be next to each other and not have a phone in our hands, even if we're just napping.
Yeah, for sure.
So we try to do that.
Yeah,
we do.
And then even, we try to, schedule, like we're going for a walk or something.
We have to schedule it in.
We really do. I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
We're workaholics, like she said, and we'll say, hey, we're going for a walk later, and then we'll get to working, and it'll be dark out before we know it.
Yeah.
So we really need to, schedule that in and
we
stick to it.
Did the great vacation. We did go on our first vacation, and we both made a pact that we were going to do this every couple of months, and we will go away.
Yeah. Where'd you guys go?
We went to a little island in the Bahamas called North Eleuthera, and it's
Holy moly.
Yeah, and it's where they have the pink sand beaches. And it's really, you can swim with the pigs. They have the wild pigs that live on these islands, and they swim around it was really cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's such a special place, and I learned about it because I used to work for Land's End a lot, and we used to do a lot of photo shoots down there. So it's North Eleuthera, and we stayed at Daddy Joe's. So if anybody wants to learn more about that, it was a very economical trip.
Yeah. Is it super touristy or no?
No.
Well, not
no one knows about it.
No McDonald's. Yeah. There's no gas stations. I mean,
well, there's gas stations, but not like not a
no.
Like that.
No, it's nice because you really feel like you're getting away. There's no McDonald's, there's no Burger King. You have banana trees and it was nice. But for 3 days, that's what we could only manage with our store. But
we
have to do it.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
That sounds amazing. Just to check out on an island. Like, I went to Disneyland, and while it was amazing, it's a totally different vibe than that beach was.
I love Disney, though. Yeah, it is different, but still, what joy.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And you see everything through the kid's eyes and just become a kid. Like, it's just so magical. Absolutely.
We got to do that, too. Yeah, I've never been there, so.
What?
No.
Hon?
No.
Oh my God.
It was my first time, so don't look at him weird. That was my first time going to Disneyland.
Cool.
Okay, that's sweet. Well,
yeah. All right, hon. Maybe we're going to.
It might be closer for you to go down to World than it is to Land, but pick one of them.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're only 7 hours from Disneyland, so we can drive to Disneyland.
Oh,
where Disney World would be a 4-hour flight.
Oh boy, yeah. 4-hour airline flight doesn't sound exciting.
No.
Yeah, go down to Florida. It's a little
closer. Go to Florida.
All right.
And let's see. Have you encountered any challenges that are unique to working as a couple in reselling industry? If so, how do you overcome them? This is totally a Chat GPT question. I'm spilling the beans.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was asking for some juicy questions, and
this was a juicy one. Okay, cool. So let me just.
Well, actually, let me say thank you for the Chat GPT, like the AI Chat AI.
Oh, it's so life-changing. So life-changing. It helps with titles. Like, you have to come up with a general idea, but you can tell it to like reword this, rephrase this, or I'm interviewing a couple on a live show. What should I ask them? Here's the question.
Okay.
Like, it can think of anything for you. So
wow.
It was, I absolutely love it. I use that tool way more than I probably should, and it's super helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so this is a juicy question brought to you by ChatGPT. Have you encountered any challenges working together?
I would say, specifically as a couple, I think reselling becomes easier, really. I'm not sure if any specific challenge, just because there's two of us, really. Can you think of anything, really?
Do you guys ever argue about buying something? Like, no, do not buy that. It's not worth it. Or is it always just trust the other person?
We get along really well. Yeah. And if I trust him, and if he tells me that there's something that, I trust him, we bought a whole bunch of, we found a whole bunch of dog collars and leashes. We did a show a couple of weeks ago, or I think it was, and there were the Chewbacca. There was 2 Chewbacca dog leashes, and we bought all these other ones with the little like green guy with the ears. I'm not into this. What's his name? Anyway,
Yoda.
Baby Yoda,
Yep, Yoda.
one. Yeah.
Mm.
And so we bought all of these, and I thought to myself, oh, those two brown ones are probably not going to sell because they are not as pretty as the other ones. We sold both of them.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that I
first
sold
ones that went
yeah.
done. And I laughed to myself. I was like, oh, dang. I'm like, I never would have.
All right, so my daughter got to meet Chewbacca in Disneyland. I've got picture proof.
Oh, cool.
That she got to meet him.
Oh my gosh.
There was a lot of pictures from Disneyland.
That is one very warm costume. That actor, I hope, is getting paid a lot of money to sweat.
He's got to be so stinking huge. All right, here is Liberty with.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, he must have an air conditioning unit in that or something.
He has to.
That is so cool.
That's amazing.
Here he is, just standing there. Like, look how tall and furry.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a really awesome costume too.
What memory?
So I am not surprised that those sold first.
Oh, that's what I said too. Just because it's like a really iconic thing, and Chewbacca looks sort of like a dog, so I would see people buying those. Yeah.
Yeah.
A dog collar. Totally, 100%.
We trust.
Were those from like Petco or something, or where'd you source those from?
We found those at Five Below, like the discount store when we were doing some retail arbitrage. They had a ton of them. A lot of Star Wars ones, some from like the TV show Friends. But we just decided to go with a few of the Star Wars ones because they'd be a little more popular.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And they were like $2 a piece too. So we grabbed a bunch of them.
That's awesome. So speaking of the retail arbitrage, so you guys have really shifted your business and putting a lot of focus on that. Whose idea was going more retail arbitrage?
I think it started when we went to Kohl's one night, and we went, and it was like a super clearance sale, like 50% off the clearance price. We had so much fun doing that. And after that, it's like, all right, let's just keep on going to all these discount stores and seeing what we can do. And we just kept on finding stuff.
What we could flip for a profit. Yeah, for sure.
I love watching the checkout process, like the Walmart one where you were buying all of the baking goods.
Oh,
I think it was Valentine's Day. And so it's like, oh, wow, you're going to be eating a lot of cookies.
That was the Dolly Parton ones, the Dolly Parton sugar cookies. And there's a funny story here. So we're standing in line with all these cookies. And this lady from the line behind us, very sophisticated dresses, she kind of like yells, which I was surprised she did this. She's, everybody at my church group, we all use this, and we take these in, and no one knows that we use the Dolly Parton mix. We all say it's ours.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
I was like, cool.
Are they selling? Have you been selling some Dolly Parton mix?
We haven't sold one yet, but
the time will come.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we did sell some of like the truffles and some of the candy from that. We've made some of our money back already, so it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I hate the trolls on YouTube when they're commenting like how you're extorting people for buying this. Like, okay, if you don't buy it now, you're never going to get it until next year. So you guys are doing a service by buying these goods so that you can buy it for the next 4 to 6 months till it expires without having to fight the stores.
Yeah,
and you're not going to find it in stores.
Right. And I remember you left the comments sort of helping us with one of those trolls. And I think on the same video, we've gotten a couple more comments about that too. So, I mean, it's just...
I'll have to go back there and make more comments. I'll fight them for you.
Thank you, yeah.
I hate when people say that I don't know the word, that we're bad, that we're not doing any good. But really, you are. Like, again, if you love this candy and you want to find it, you know you're going to pay up for it buying it online. Like my husband, he loved these pretzels that were from Sam's Club at Halloween. And they're like UTS, oots or something.
Oots,
But they came in like a bat shape and a pumpkin shape, and for some
They come in a
reason,
big bucket, and that's the only way you can get them.
that's the only way you can get them was at Sam's Club in this giant 5-pound bucket. I have checked eBay. You can't find them. So if somebody was smart and bought all of them, I would have paid $20 a bucket easily for these pretzels.
Yeah.
And they were probably like $4 at Sam's Club. But
right.
yeah, you're doing a service, because if people want that candy or want that treat or that baking mix and it's discontinued,
well, I just think
you get
I
the
think
option.
that the more we grow, our channels grow, and you know this, you know, we're going to have critics, and we're going to have people who aren't always going to be maybe on the same page that we are, and that's you know, that's okay. And I always think to myself, they can say whatever they want to say, but I know in my heart that I'm helping them. And if they're talking about me or writing about us, then our job is done. They're thinking about us, and we know what we do is we put out good content to help people. And that is where that's what we are really about. I mean, or else we would have given up on this YouTube channel a long time ago.
Right. Do something that pays a little better. Right.
But yeah, I mean, we've got our little
definitely a good service. Learning a lot. I know I bought my first nightgown was because of one of your videos, Michelle, when you were talking about the old lacy nightgowns. There was one time, it's been months, but I found at the bins, it was like 5 of this nightgown. And I bought them all knowing like, okay, no, Michelle said nightgowns too good. They've all sold. They've all sold. And they were like $40 nightgowns. Like they did good.
See that?
I buy nightgowns now because of your random nightgown video.
Me feel so good because thank you. And
video.
Our show.
Yeah, tomorrow night we're actually doing our live show on vintage nightgowns.
Oh, that's hilarious!
Yeah. Tomorrow night at 8:00 Eastern Standard.
See what new stuff I can learn about these nightgowns, because I'm sure I walk by so many good nightgowns.
I'm so happy that you sold some and you made some good money. Do you know how happy that makes me feel? That's what we like to do.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
And I'm sure there's more, and I just can't think of it. But I'm always learning from your videos.
It's on your radar.
Always.
Same thing. Same thing for you, Jennifer. Yeah, you put out so much great content with so much information. You know, always learning from you as well. So.
Oh, thank you. All right, Lori was dreaming of photos of Maya. How did you say it? Maya How do you Maya Guana?
Maya Guana.
What was the island you just went to?
North Eleuthera.
Eleuthera.
Eleuthera. Eluthra. North Eleuthera. It's across from
it's a Harbor different island. It looks like.
Yeah, Harbor Island.
Don't test me on my geography.
Me either.
Welcome, Thrifty Mom.
Hey, Thrifty Mom. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with Dustin and I.
Love finding other resellers that are moms. Yes. And I am always looking for guests for the show. So creative reseller, email me, DesertSellersAZ@gmail.com. And I would love to have you on the show.
I have a mom thing since we're like your couples, but I have a mom thing. I like to go and check out the thrift stores when I'm on my way down to see Jake in Maryland. And I've gone into a couple Goodwills down there. And that's been really fun. You know what's kind of fun is being on the road. That's fun. Like going to different states.
Yes.
So I take advantage of that as a mom. I try to make it business plus fun seeing him. And broadens our horizons too for places we can shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I've always wanted to do one of those big road trip ones, like the beaches to peaches. Something about peaches and peaches. I've always wanted to do that. Or the big, there's a couple of them, always on the East Coast. You guys get the best ones over there. But it's basically from north to south of all the yard sales. And there's thousands. Like, that would be my dream, is to head over there.
I've heard of this. It's like a strip down the East Coast, and everybody does it at the same time. I heard about this. Oh, my goodness.
It's like the Route something yard sale. There's a highway. Again, my geography. But it's a route, and it's an epic yard sale all the way down the coast, and that would be a dream, an absolute dream.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
That sounds really fun.
I'll meet you there. Let's plan this. I'll meet you over
there. We can write it all
off.
Yay!
We'll caravan, and yes. Okay, so that's one of the other islands. Okay. I bet they're all gorgeous.
Oh my
Any
gosh, yeah,
Wow.
I'm
island. I
sure.
don't think there's an ugly island. It's fun to thrift when I travel with my boys for sports.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Always, yeah,
you. The
just keep an
127th
eye out.
highway sale.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Oh,
mouthful.
yay.
All right.
We
We'll have
need
to
to
write that
write
down.
that down quick, honey. We'll forget it. No.
All right. I'm writing it down.
Yes.
Thank you, creative reseller. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone on the East Coast, I'm sure they all know about it, but I'm stuck over on the other coast and I don't get the fun stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, my daughter usually has her dance competitions and stuff up in Phoenix. So it's about 2 hours away, but it's new land that I don't travel every day. So I make sure to hit at least one or two thrifts while I'm up there
Oh yeah.
to
Mm,
write off the trip.
Oh
Make it
yeah.
worth it.
Perfect. Yeah.
yeah.
So nice having your own business. Jeez.
I know that's another thing that we love. I mean, I'd love to get a camper and zip all
Oh
around. That'd be
gosh.
fun.
Oh my gosh. Super
But how
fun.
would you move the reselling business?
That's true.
That'd be hard. Coco and Chewy, they're doing the RV thing. They haven't been posting too much about it, but they shared where they got the RV, and I think Chewy was building something like almost like a third wheel to go on the back. But they're gonna run the reselling business from this, and I'm just so intrigued to see how they do this. Because I mean,
Hmm.
a camper is not that big, or a fifth wheel, or however big it is, it's still not big enough for a reselling business. So
Yeah.
I am
So
anxious to see how they do it.
I have an idea of how they might do that if they sell on Amazon and ship to FBA every single
There
day.
you go. FBA it.
If
They
they
haven't done
FBA,
that before. So I guess if you change your business, that would be one way to do it.
yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's dive into some of the OG questions. What are some of your most recent best flips and finds?
Oh my. Hmm. Well, one of the most
Flipping panties for a profit.
oh yeah, okay. So I would say like underpants and socks have been doing really, really well for us lately. We had a couple of pairs, honey, that you had found, or a couple of packages of vintage socks that actually three packages of vintage socks that went for 80 and two of them went for $120 each package.
Holy smokes,
So
where did you find those?
Goodwill.
I found them at Goodwill, and I
Wow.
didn't know. Okay, I am a very good reseller. Okay, but sometimes I'm a little like airheadish. What we're talking about at Goodwill. Oh, what was it?
The socks.
Oh yeah, and so
Socks.
they were new in a bag, and I just chucked them in there, but I had no idea they were vintage. So I brought
Right.
them home. Yeah.
I love those surprises. You're like, I know it's worth grabbing, but I just don't know how much it's worth. Then you get home and like, oh wow, okay, that's
Yeah.
better than I thought. Like
Yep,
I was
yep.
happy with the $10 flip, and then here it is, $80, $100.
Oh, it was
No
nuts.
Those are good
doubt.
surprises.
Yeah. We love those types of surprises, and we're gonna grab like brand new socks and underwear, even if they're modern, just because people need them. People buy them all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just those nice surprises. That was a lot of fun.
Socks and underwear. I know that sounds so funny, but we've been doing really well with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the ones that you guys got, was it Ross or TJ Maxx? One of them where you were clearing the shelf of those really thick ones.
Those were True Religion, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. And we sold one of those pairs like
Right
within
away.
a day or something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they went from store to like showing them on our What Sold video within the week. So
That's
we're also
amazing.
yeah we're trying to keep like up to date with what we're doing to
Yeah,
as far as
everything is
YouTube
just a
goes.
few days off when we actually did it, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I'm able to get editing done much quicker lately, which is fantastic.
The more
And
you do, the easier it gets.
Well, it's important
does,
for our
yeah.
viewers too, because we really want them to be able to go out and get into the groove of garage selling or doing whatever, and just inspire them.
Yeah, we're really excited.
And it's important to be relevant too. I know there's some videos that if people don't get to it right away, you'll be watching a video and it's like, oh, this sold back at Christmas. Or they'll be referencing Christmas in the video. I'm like, we're in March. Why are we talking about Christmas? And it's because it's 3-month-old content. Like, no, if I don't put this video out in the next 2 weeks, it goes to the scrap. I need
Yeah.
to make new videos
Yeah.
because I
It's
think
old
things
news.
change too much in reselling and in values. And yeah, I couldn't see using content I filmed 3 months ago
Yeah, I mean, we
unless
have a
it's super generic.
oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, we have like a couple of videos in the backlog that we never did air, just for whatever reason. And,
Mhm.
some of them were back like in last Thanksgiving when we did like a what sold video or something. So would it still be relevant if we had, if we just needed a video to throw out? Maybe, I mean,
Some of
but
the videos I do, if I'm talking like about I like talking about specific designers, how they started in the business, what they're known for. I like doing those little
Mhm.
informational kinds of things too. Yeah, those things that's like probably, I just love to teach.
Yes. All right. I am going to put some links in the chat because none of my moderators are here tonight. I don't know where everyone's at. There must be something cool happening because nobody is here. Usually Nutter is on here, Chrissy. No one's here.
I
Unless you're
like
here in the
it.
chat, you're not talking. All
I like
right, so
the
let's
little
get your.
stuff around. It's very pretty.
Well, thank you. All right, so let's get the main YouTube up here. Copy. StreamYard. Post a comment. All right, so there's the McFlippin' YouTube. Have you been putting stuff up on yours too, Michelle, or not really?
Well, usually
YouTube, no.
YouTube, well, with YouTube, I usually give it to if I film like a short or something, I'll usually film it in chunks and then I'll send it to Dustin. And if it's just a real quick one, then he'll do some of the editing things that I can't really do very well. I'm not as talented yet. So he kind of looks over everything with that. The YouTube.
Okay.
And then I was doing a lot on Instagram for a while. And then I took a little hiatus from there to work on another platform and a selling platform, and did that for a little bit. And now we're here. We have a lot of.
Have you guys ever thought about doing like Whatnot or any of the live selling?
I was going to ask you that actually. That's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. It's. I feel like you got to be all in, and I know there's a lot of people that do both, and I don't know how they do it, but like the big dogs, like Paul Philly Flipper, he does a legit full eBay as well as his Whatnot. Like, and I don't know how he does it. And he's just one guy because then he's also filming and editing his own videos. So, like, I don't know how he does it because I can't do Whatnot and eBay at the same time.
Yeah, we've thought about it too. We still haven't done like a Whatnot show or Posh Live or on Instagram or any sort of live selling. We think it would help to get rid of a lot of stuff that we don't need. But again, it's another thing. You're starting a whole new platform. You're having to rework all those things to get it going. But once you get it going, we'll let you know what we think about it. We are going to try it though.
Well, I think it's really good if you want to get rid of things very cheaply, and you want to get rid of this for $5 or get this off your hand for $4. Well, then I'd rather have a garage sale and do less work. I mean, each one of those pieces you have to list, you have to put up there who wants it $5. Yay, I got $3.50 after all that freaking work.
Right. And then you got to make sure that you ship it to the right person and you put it in the right pile. And
sign me up for the local garage sale.
Yep, 100%. What are you doing over there, dude? I love you. He just wants to be famous. He just wants to be on the show. Let's see here. Okay, yay, you're already following on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. We are coming up to the top. So I want to ask you guys, if I click on the right buttons here, go to here. Okay, looking ahead, what are some of your goals and aspirations for your reselling business and YouTube, and how do you plan to achieve them together?
Well, looking ahead, we are, I don't want to say we're, we have a lot of things planned, you know,
In the
going
works.
in the works, things like that. Some of the things that, you know, of course, like a reselling business, we can start out with that. We have a lot of space and we have a lot of inventory to really grow our business. So we're
That's
sort of
awesome.
concentrating. Yeah, we're really concentrating on that, and getting, you know, consistent listings up every day and growing with that. And along with that, you know, we're going to be able to have, say, you know, more interesting content for our YouTube videos and things like that, more things to film.
That's a good thing. It's always changing. There's always something to, you know, to talk about or share or laugh about or whatever.
Yeah. And not like spreading ourselves thin or anything, but I mean, we're working on some other things, you know, when we are able to, when it comes to, say, branding some things, which we really don't want to talk about too much, you know, until we're completely ready when everything's all
It'll
squared
be
away.
amazing, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're working on things like that. Gosh, what else?
See, the thing is we both really love what we're doing, and so when we think about the future, we think, gosh, you know, someday we both would love to live like in the middle of nowhere in a really cool like A-frame house, and they have no one around but the dogs and the wild, you know, nature, and we're both naturey. So I think, you know, as far as what we envision together is that type of a lifestyle. So I would love that to consist of actually being able to work out of the home, and also maybe, you know, have a barn. And I don't know, I think like I like isolation, but I like this. So I like this. What's being social this way?
Yeah.
I'd like to not leave my house. How's that?
There you go. But
So-
sourcing might be difficult, and make sure you're not too far from a post office.
Yeah, see,
That's my only
the-
issue with going too rural.
Homing
be-
pigeons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We'll
there
tie
you
'em
go.
up.
that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, if we can, you know, what we're gearing to, you know, and this could be, you know, 10 years down the road, but being able to maybe do that, you know, when it comes to like branding and things like that, we might not need a thrift store near us, that kind of thing. So unless we want to go shoot a fun video or, you know, just get out of the house and find some treasures or something. So, but
we're very adventurous. And like I said before, when we were talking about earlier, our children are not grown, but they're very close to being grown, living their own very individual lives right now.
Yeah.
So Dustin and I have this place, and it's so quiet, and we have our animals and everything, but it is like being snowbirds kind of, but not being snowbirds because we're young. So thrifting has been and YouTube's been a really fun way for us to fill up that void because we miss the kids.
Yeah.
So working always is sometimes can be so bad, but working hard sometimes makes you forget about other stuff.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's a good little getaway. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone into my eBay room and shut the door because I need to be alone.
Yeah.
So I get it. All right, let's see. Yep, I put those in the chat. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you, you guys. I absolutely love watching your channel and watching you two together.
Hey.
Here, come sit.
That was such a nice little happy dance.
Yeah, thank you.
I know. These kids are hyped. That's for sure.
How cute they are.
There's too much sugar to keep them distracted while I was filming.
Thank you so much for having us on. We were so...
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining us. I can't wait to have you guys on the show again. You're too noisy.
Thank you everybody for joining into and supporting Dustin and I. We really, really appreciate it. You should come check out our channel if you haven't.
Yes.
And we have a lot of fun there.
Yeah. Yep. And thanks again, Jennifer. We really appreciate you having us on tonight. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, we hope you'll have to come in on our show again here soon.
I know.
Start doing interviews again.
Absolutely. All right, you guys. I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. Thank you both so much for joining. And I will see everybody soon. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Thanks. You too.
Bye.